What's going on, Falcon fan? This boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. So today we're going to talk about what we heard from our offensive leaders on the offensive side of the ball, Chris Linstrom and Desmond Ridder. Also, we're going to talk about the potential of the Atlanta Falcons being able to pick Jalen Carter at number 8 if he falls. What would that do for these Atlanta Falcons? So guys, if we haven't already, go ahead and please subscribe to the channel. Please hit the notification bell so you know to drop another video. Please hit like button so I know you guys right here to talk about. And please share my video throughout the YouTube universe so more people can come in and hear me talk about these Atlanta Falcons. So like I said, guys, we heard from two of our offensive leaders today. Mr. Desmond Ridder, quarterback 1, who, as you can see, who actually changed his number back to his Cincinnati number 9. That number was worn by Lorenzo Carter last year. Lorenzo Carter, guess what? Is our first number 0 for the Atlanta Falcons. You know, the Atlanta Falcons decided to bring that number, allowed to be worn in the NFL this year. And Lorenzo Carter has picked number 0. And Desmond Ridder has went back to number 9. Hopefully, that's his lucky number. He can rock that number and never know. We can see that number 9 for a long time here with these Atlanta Falcons. But guys, what we heard from Desmond Ridder today is, you know, one thing I can say about Desmond Ridder, and I know you guys probably agree with me, from day one, he definitely know how to, you know, win the interview. His leadership is really, you know, shown the way he talked, the way he carried himself. You can see the maturity that Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot likes in Desmond Ridder. You know, however, you know, you still have to get out on the field and show, you know, what you able to do. You can talk a game, but you got to go out and, you know, be about the game. So, but I really like the way Desmond Ridder carried himself. You know, the all season, the media heads been talking about, national media, everybody been talking about the Atlanta Falcons should go and trade for Lamar Jackson because the Atlanta Falcons don't even have a quarterback. You know, he's been hearing that all season long, and all he has to do just, you know, keep his head down. You know, and the only way you can, you know, quiet the noise is just go out and play and shut people up. But I think basically what you heard from Desmond Ridder today, that's what he's going to do. He's going to go out there. He's going to work hard. He's going to do the things that he got to do. He's already trying to be, you know, show that leadership, you know, getting guys together, throwing with these guys, building that relationship with his fellow quarterbacks. You know, talking about already throwing with Taylor Heineke over during the offseason, going out there and play golf with each other, building good relationships. That's what you're doing. That's what the team need to do during this offseason period. It's a lot of new faces. If you can go look at AtlantaFalcons.com, you see all the guys that's out there. They're working hard, getting ready to go. You know, no coaches out there right now, so it's these guys out there doing their own thing, getting together, trying to get better, and, you know, and building that camaraderie, which you would love to see. You know, a lot of these guys like Desmond Ridder, you know, like an Army Ebiketie, D'Angelo Malone. Some of these guys was Drake London was, you know, not able to do this last year because at this time, you know, they was getting ready for the draft. But these guys coming in, guy like Desmond Ridder coming in, actually trying to be that leader, and you like to see that from day one coming in. Like I said, what you really like, he really can win you an interview, give you that motivation to make you believe he's going to be the leader that you need. But he got to be able to show it on the field, and hopefully he can do that. But this is a great start. Listen to Desmond Ridder today. I just like his poise. Like I said, I like his maturity, and I believe that, you know, the pieces that's going to be around him definitely going to help Desmond Ridder be successful. We also heard from Chris Linstrom, the highest paid left guard, highest paid offensive lineman actually in the league is Chris Linstrom, and he really deserves it, being one of the best offensive linemen for the last couple of years. But you can tell he's not satisfied. He's trying to get better. What I really liked about, he talked about him and Caleb McGarry got so many, you know, snaps together, trying to build that chemistry. You know, they're talking about their combo blocks and things like that. He understands that the offensive line has to get better. They can't you know, afford to take a step back. You know, last year was really awesome for this offensive line, especially in the run game. Still got to build, you know, better pass protection. Question still about that left guard position, but on their right side, we know it's solid. Those guys have built a lot of snaps together, and I just like Chris Linstrom demeanor. Not a rah-rah guy. He's going to come in, keep his head down, and he's going to actually work. Also, one of the things that I like that he talked about guys like David Amiyata and Calais Campbell coming in, Caden Ellis as well. It's talking about those guys, going up against a guy like David Amiyata 2 times a year for the last 4 seasons. He know what kind of player he is. He respects him a lot. And so you can hear the excitement in his voice that probably he don't have to face him that much no more in games. Definitely had to face him in practice. Iron sharpening iron there. Those guys get better, but not in a game setting anymore. Now they're teammates, making each other better. Of course, Calais Campbell goes without saying, 99 sacks in his career so far. Trying to break that century mark. Hopefully he gets it this year and many more. Definitely for that. But I just love the way Chris Linstrom shows his leadership. And you got to really respect, that yes, he got paid, but he's going to keep his head down. He's going to continue to work and still be that, that best guard in the league. So, guys, the last thing I want to talk about today is Jalen Carter. It's reported that the Atlanta Falcons finally had a visit with Jalen Carter, came up to Flowery Branch. The thing about Jalen Carter, everybody already knows about the kind of talent he is. Has potential to be one of the best defensive players, in this league at that spot. For a lot of people, he was the consensus #1. Of course, we know about his off the field, things he had, speeding and things like that. His pro day was just debacle, not being able to finish the workout and being overweight coming in. So it's already reported that definitely a guy like Jalen Carter has some maturity to do growing up. However, personally for me, bringing in, we just talked about David Amiyata, of course, Grady Jarrett, Caden Ellis. Bringing a guy like Jalen Carter in, I think it would really, really benefit him, being around some real pros like a Grady Jarrett, who we all know just going to work. That's what he does. Try to get better every year. Not satisfied with the kind of player he is. You want to win. So we know that Jalen Carter was part of 2 championships with the Georgia Bulldogs, so he has that championship pedigree. But even if he is mature, I think getting around these guys would definitely help him. I mean, this guy is just his quickness off the ball, lean, like he has no fat. Well, until of course pro day, right, gaining 9 pounds, but that right hand that he has, and the way he's able to punch offensive tackles off big grown 300-pound men with so much ease is just amazing, and stays in the backfield. If you ask anybody, of course, all the hype was talking about Jordan Davis last year, but at the time everybody was saying that Jalen Carter might even be better, and I would agree. Honestly, I don't think he will fall to number 8, but if he was to fall to number 8, I think the Atlanta Falcons definitely would have to, consider it. They brought him in for a visit this week. It was reported today. So if they like what they heard, of course, his maturity, he's a young kid, right? You're not looking for freaking, angels out there and things like that playing football. You want guys a little nasty, a little rough around the edge. And hopefully they can be groomed to be, solid pros on and off the field. But from what we've seen from Jalen Carter on the football field, it's definitely it's really promising. It's mentioned about his motor. I mean, if you go back to the semifinals of the national championship game, yes, CJ Stroud ran him all over the place, but that's a 300-pound man running all over trying to trace a quarterback. Trust me, he will not have to do that to that extent in the NFL, because he's going to have a lot of help. He won't have to be running all around. What we need him to do, and really, if you think about it, this is a good place for him to come because of the depth we already have at the defensive tackle position. Some guys, of course, is on 1-year deals like Eddie Goldman, of course, Calais Campbell, but putting him in with these veterans, you know, learning the ropes, not putting so much pressure on him right at the start, would really be good for him. And like I said, help him grow and mature over the time. But in my opinion, all bets are off. Yes, I talked about Nolan Smith, another Bulldog that I would definitely draft and put him out there. All the hype about Bijan Robinson, right? Another guy, Tyree Wilson. For all those guys, if Jalen Carter is on the board, potentially, I would definitely draft him before either of those guys because of the upside that he has. Yes, is it really risk? Like I said, you got to, you know, lay the kind of character that he has, because at the end of the day, really, that's one of the only things that's in question is the character that he has and how can he fit and, you know, fit in with the culture of any one of these NFL teams. So that would be the question. Only question I would have about Jalen Carter. But if you go out and look at his film, only question marks anybody can say is, yes, against bigger bodies, which bigger offensive linemen, you know, kind of held his own, like the big offensive lineman from Florida that's potentially could go first round, right? But other than that, go back and look at the Tennessee tape, the way he dominated on the goal line. Go back and look at the LSU game. Go back to the Oregon game, the first game of the season, how he just shoved offensive linemen out the way like they was tight ends. It was just ridiculous. So I really like Jalen Carter. If he falls to number 8, definitely, I think the Atlanta Falcons should take him. But we don't know what they're going to do. I really want to hear what you guys think about bringing in a guy like Jalen Carter to this team. Will he fit? You know, from everything we heard, you know, we really don't know what kind of, you know, young man he is. But we do know what we've seen on the football field. And like I said, coming in to this year's offseason draft, he was potentially everybody's best player on their board. So guys, let me know what you think about bringing in a guy like Jalen Carter. The Falcons had to visit with him. You also can let me know about any other 30 guys that they had on the visit. Of course, the quarterbacks, it seemed like they brought all the quarterbacks in to get a kind of gist of what these guys are going to be. But at the end of the day, I think number 9 is going to be our quarterback. So guys, let me know what you think about a guy like Jalen Carter falling to number 8. Would you pick him or would you pass like a lot of teams saying they would? This is your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. Peace.